Hello, everybody. Shegun Fatumo, good evening. Eric Osadolo, Adeleke Adeniyi, Mofelola Olagbegi, Rochelle White, Ikifa Akenebire, Yomi Jegede, Ruth Agbonifun, Dupe Gold, Maya Yoandi, Ifeoma Shinedu, Miranda Guafu. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see all of you. Kola K. Adetola, Oribi Amashere, Justin Mayo. Welcome, welcome. Now, before we start tonight's program, please go ahead and go ahead and look for your share button, and let's quickly share the link for this program. And as you are sharing it, take your time to write something. You might want to write your feelings about what you'll be receiving so far under this series. So let's go ahead and please go ahead and check that out. Go and press your link button, your share button, and we'll be ready to start today's program. Today, I am dressed like a Scandinavian. I'm dressed like a Scandinavian today. So if you are from Scandinavia, you will probably be able to tell me what country I got this thing from. This is a national dress. It's a national dress of one of the Scandinavian countries. I wonder who will guess what Scandinavian country is this? What Scandinavian country is this? This is the dress, the national dress of one of the Scandinavian countries. Anyway, meanwhile, let's go and share the link to the program. Today's program is titled, What Ladies and Gentlemen Need to Know About Each Other. What ladies and gentlemen need to know about each other. Wow, Esa Rintala got it. Esa Rintala got it. Esa Rintala got what country's dress is this? You got it, Esa. It is Norwegian. It is Norwegian. It is Norwegian dress I'm wearing today. This is Norwegian dress. It looks like Mexican a little bit. Yes, Paul. It looks a little bit like Mexican, but it's not Mexican. It is Scandinavian, and it is Norwegian dress. Okay, today's topic is what ladies and gentlemen need to know about each other. What ladies and gentlemen need to know about each other. Okay, here we go. Now, have you ever wondered why not too many men are keen at helping out in the house? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever given it a thought? Have you ladies especially, have you ever wondered why some of the men are not so much in a hurry to help out in the house chores? Why is it that men will rather prefer television or newspaper or internet to helping out their spouses and their wives out in the kitchen, or with the plate, or with the coat, or with the dress? Why is that not happening? Why is that not happening? Why is it that not too many men would like to help out in the home? Well, If I tell you the reason now, I'm afraid the ladies are going to be so sentimental and reactional that maybe it's not good to say. But before I say the reason why, I think I want to first of all warn the ladies to let them know that what I'm talking about is not endorsement. When I'm saying these things, it's for you to know where men are coming from. This is just for you to know the mentality of the men, how they think, and where they are coming from. It's not endorsing them. I am not saying that that men should not help out in the homes. I am not saying that men should not help, in the house chores. That is not what I'm saying at all. I'm just trying to give you the men's perspective. That how men think. Either you like it or not, that is how men think. And you need to know why they are thinking that way. Now, Shigo, you are totally wrong. You are totally wrong. Now, what Shigo said is they feel is below their level to help in the house. They feel it's below their level to do the house chores. No. Men are not thinking it's below them. It's below their level. They are not thinking like that. They might talk like that. They might come across like that. But that is not the reason why they don't help at home. That's not the reason why they don't help at home. And maybe that is the explanation even the men themselves give. But that is not the real reason why they are not helping at home. And also, they might not know, the men, just like the women, they don't understand themselves sometimes. They just know that they don't want to do it, they don't like to do it, and they don't derive any comfort from doing it. And the reason is not because that they are wicked, it's not because they are wicked, it's just because they are built differently. So let me tell you the reason why. The reason why men the reason why men don't want to help out in the home is because men are adventurers. Men are hunters. Men are built to go conquer. Men are built to go fight. Men are built to go exploit. Men are built to go win, to go war, to go conquer. So when you see men dressing up to go to work, they are thinking that they are kings. They are looking as if they are in their own chemistry, or what do you call it? They are in their own, what's the word I'm looking for? They are in their own chemistry, in their own feeling. They are feeling at home. They are feeling better. They are feeling fine when they are going to work. They are feeling that they are in their own environment, in their own conditioning. It is they are in their own area. They are in their own territory when they are going to work. To go out and work is the main thing. So it is their chemistry, it is their build-up, it is their nature to go out and conquer, to go out and do something. That is why our men comes alive. Men, they are in their own element. Yeah, that's good. They are in their own element to want to go out and conquer, to want to go out and do something. They need to feel that they are in their own element. It is about chemistry. It is either physical or emotional. So to go and work, to go and work, and to go and labor, to go and fight, to go and for adventures, that is what is their own thing. They need to do something physical. They need to go and do and explore. They need to go and fight and explore and take territories and that is their that is how they are in their element. They are in their element that way. But the ladies is a little bit different. For the ladies are in their element when they are doing something that arises in them emotions, when they are doing something emotional. So men do something, feel in their element when they do something physical. Men feel in their element when they do something, outward. But women feel in their element when they do something emotional. So it is physical versus emotional. And things at home is about the family. It is more emotional thing. And they are not emotional. They are more outward oriented. But women are more inward oriented. So it is like men are more adventurous. So they are in their element when they are conquering, when they are doing something outside. They want to conquer, they are outside. And the woman, even though the woman could be successful at work, even though the woman also could be very, they could have a job, they could feel comfortable, they could be doing well at work, but a woman is in their element, a woman is in her element only when she comes back home. Even though a woman is doing well at work, she's still thinking of home. She's thinking of coming back home to rely. Home is a place of domain. Home is her own territory. Home is a place where she's feeling that she's in her element. Home is where she derives the most pleasure. When she's doing something at home, when she's putting home in order, when she's ruling and managing a house, she is feeling in her element. She is feeling great. She is deriving the maximum pleasure from it. But the men, they don't derive maximum pleasure from making home or doing home chores. They derive maximum pleasure from conquering and bringing it home. Even when they are doing something at home, you see that men mainly, the thing they want to do at home is always physical. It's always physical. It has to be either, they are, doing something physical, they are repairing something, or they are mowing the grass, or they are building something. It is when they are doing something physical that they are, in their element. But not when they are doing the home chores and the house chores. So the mentality of the man is not just to sit at home or to make home. He doesn't want to make the home. He wants to go and conquer somewhere. If a man is not like Shinchigo is talking about some African men who are just sitting around, it is not their element. It is a tragedy for them. If they just sit at home and the only thing they do is just to sit around, that doesn't mean they are happy. They are not happy men who just sit at home. They don't go to anywhere to work. Men who just sit at home, they are actually in depression. Those men are actually experiencing depression. Even though they might be talking with other men, they might be joking, but they are complaining about their fortune, about their ill luck, that they are not working, that they are not, going to somewhere. They want to go out somewhere. So just like it is with the men, that they are in their element when they go out to conquer, when they go out to subdue, when they go out to do something adventurous. So it is with the women. Women are directly the opposite. They feel that they are in their element when they are making home, when they are making things to be in order, when they are making things to look, to be well taken care of, when they are doing the home chores and all that. That is what makes the woman feel like she's fulfilled, that she's enjoying the process. And that's what makes her to really feel satisfied. She gains a satisfaction and joy just by being home and making everything work like that. Now, making home work is the joy of the woman. Now, but if she's neglected at home, if she's not appreciated, even though she's at home, that could also bring her to depression. But if she knows she's putting her home in order and the husband is doing what he needs to do and she's been appreciated and everything is working out for her, he's making her nice. He's making her feel nice, making her feel good. So the emotional satisfaction that the lady gets putting her house together is why she is the homeowner. She's the house owner. She's the home owner. And that's why she doesn't want you to mess it up. And she's interested in making order there. But the man gets his satisfaction and his pleasure from conquering, from going out to bring back the spoils of war. So man's passion is in his work. Man's passion is in his work. A man's passion is in his profession, in his victories, in his successes, in his achievements, in his ambition. So man derives more joy and satisfaction in his profession, in his trade, in his ambition, in what he does for the community, in whatever he does and achieves success in whatever he does and he achieves and gets praises for. Why the lady, even though she might have a lot of successes, she might have a lot of successes at work, but her real joy is coming from the home she is able to make. Her real joy is coming from the pleasure she derives from making her homework, from putting the home in order, and from taking care of her family, her children, and things like that. So a woman's passion is in her home and with her children, with her family. She is more concerned about making the family work, and she's more concerned about the family front, while the man is more concerned about his professional achievements and successes. See this photograph, please. Now, you see the key to the house. This is the lady. She's always thinking about her home, how to make her home work, how to make her home peaceful, how to make her home secure, how to make her family happy, how to make her husband happy, how to make her home happy, how to make her home peaceful, and all that. But the man, see the guy here, he's thinking about planes. He's thinking about big ambitions. He's thinking about, big things. He's thinking about job, plane, and big dreams. And the women sometimes feel that the men are hypocrites. Sometimes the women are thinking, he has not even put order in his home yet. He's not even fixed his home yet, and he's dreaming of changing the world. He has not even done what he needs to do in the house yet, and he's thinking of planes. You are irresponsible. You are not a good husband. You have not taken care of your children, and you want to take care of all the whole world. You have not even bought a house yet, and you want to go and do something to some people out there. But that is what gives him his feelings of accomplishment. That is what gives him his feeling of fulfillment. That is what gives him his feelings of joy. That is what makes him happiest. When he is seeing his exploits, when he is seeing his successes, when he is seeing his victories, when people are praising him, he's doing something that is going to make the community praise him. That's going to make his friends praise him. That's going to make the work to praise him. Sorry. I'm going to come back now. So the woman could be concerned that he is a hypocrite. Why is he going everywhere to talk and to make himself look big and all that? But that is feeding into his self-esteem. That is feeding into his relevance, into his ego. That is feeding into his feelings of achievement, into his feelings of relevance, and into his importance. But the lady, she is ready to compete with all other ladies in the neighborhood about who takes care of her house well. She wants to go ahead and say she has her house under control. She has her home under control. That her home is working well. And that her home, her husband and her children are just in order. She is priding herself. She is making herself happy. She is deriving so much pleasure just by the thought that her home, everything is okay in her house. That her home is in order. That she is the champion. She is the one that is ruling and managing her house. She wants to manage everything, even manage her husband, but manage everything, that everything is running smoothly, that there is stability in her home, there is security in her home, there is satisfaction in her home, and she wants everybody to know around her friends and her girlfriends that she is just okay, that she is making everything work for her. Yeah. Kunle Alaba said, oh my God, Pastor Sunday, goodness, you got this one right. Well, you need to live a little bit longer for you to discover that it is not only this one I got right. You add some more decades to your age, and you will discover that a lot of the other things I've been talking this week also have been right. And he says, you got this one correct, Jesus. My wife thinks I care more about the world, Nigeria, than our domestic home. She needs to wash this. Yes, you need to bring her to wash this alongside with you. Curtis says, Pastor, you are a genius. Thank you. Omonike, that's why women get divorced or separated always, and pray to God to either restore their homes or bring another man into their lives, because women always want to build their homes. I now understand. Thanks so much for this teaching. God bless you, Pastor. Now, the thing is that the man also wants to build his home, but he wants to build it in a different way. And the way he wants to build it is from outside in. While the woman wants to build it inside in, but inside insulated in herself and in within her family. So she is less concerned about the country, about Nigeria, about the future, or she is concerned about her own future, the future of her own family. Emily, that is not the earring. It is a key to the house. It is the home. Okay. All right. So I think you got that. So that explains why why men don't want to work. They don't want to do a lot of home chores or house chores. Now, that doesn't make it correct, but that just explains where psychologically they are. So psychologically, men is thinking outside in. He's thinking more about politics, he's thinking more about sports, he's thinking more about the economy, he's thinking more about the country. But the woman is thinking more about the home, our family, what is the country? Let's think about our home, our family. This is her nature, and this is how she derives satisfaction from life. Now, what is the balance to this? Now that you know, how do we balance this up? The way to balance this up is that the man, knowing that the joy of his wife is coming from the home, he needs to do everything to support her. And if she needs him to help in the house, he needs to give that help. But if you are a man that you don't like to help out in the house or with the house chores, then you need to do something else. You might need to go and provide for her and make things easier for her. Either you are going to get a maid for her, or you are going to get a house help for her, or you are going to get somebody to take care of a gardener for her, or something. Either you provide it, you make enough money from outside and provide all the help that she will need at home, or you will have to stay with her and help her do what she needs to do at home and what she needs to be done at home. Now, on the other hand, what is the side of the woman? The women are also supposed to understand that, because the women sometimes now say, but we work too. We work also. Yes, even though the women work, and that is why I personally think that I would not make my wife to work as, as a compulsory thing. I would rather ask her to work if she wants to work, or to stay at home if she wants to stay at home. But if she feels that she wants to work, she is free to work. But because I know the nature of women, that work is not a zeal. Work is not an enthusiasm. She's not enthusiastic at working somewhere else. She would rather like to make her own work. She would rather like to take care of her children. She would rather like to make her husband be happy. So that's why a husband, any man that wants to marry, should think, well, will he be able to take care of that woman even if the woman does not work? If she wants to work, she can, but let her do something on her heart. Let her rather do something like a ministry, whatever she wants to do to give her the joy that she needs. But the idea is that, a woman should be given that leeway and the leverage of, doing and being a homemaker. Let us give her all the support she needs to be the homemaker she needs to be. That way, she will also be able to give the man all the support he needs to be able to go out and do all the exploration that he needs to do outside. Job Kariuki say, can a man help a wife wash clothes? Yes, everything. He needs to help in everything. If he doesn't want to help, let him pay for it. Let him pay for the laundry, or let him pay for the house help that will do that. But he needs to be able to do it if he's married, because that is the desire of the woman, that she must be helped at home. All right. Another thing that we must know about each other, that a lady and a gentleman must know about themselves and about each other, is that men are more emotionally stable. And the reason why men are emotionally stable is because of that photograph that I've been showing you people all week long. And women are less emotionally stable. That is why the last word in the family and the last decision in the family should normally rest with the man. Why? Because the man, he has the privilege of not being carried away by emotions so much. He is not being affected emotionally by everything that is going on. A man is more emotionally stable. A man is more emotionally stable, and that means that he can easily take a decision, seeing it from a more realistic and fairer angle than the woman. The woman has a tendency of being carried away by emotion rather than the man. So you remember this photograph? We're going to keep on going back to it. This is the woman here, and this is the man. You see, is vertical. So anything happening to him, to his body, this is the yellow is the body. Anything happening to him, to his body, is not affecting his emotions. It's not affecting his feelings. It's not affecting his heart. It's not even affecting his mind. So let's say somebody died, or you have financial crisis or anything like that. He still has his mind not affected. But if you have financial crisis, the woman is feeling that on every level. Everything that's happening, that lack of money is affecting her emotions, it's affecting her heart, it's affecting her body, it's affecting her feelings, it's affecting her body, it's affecting her everywhere. And she's concerned and worried and troubled, and she cannot really take a sound decision at that point. But this man, because it's only affecting his physical being, what he's saying, his mind can still settle. Or any other decision. A woman might be immersed in a lot of decisions, she finds it difficult to take decision because everything, so many things are going through her mind at that particular time. She is enrolled, embroiled in all these needs, to all these emotions are taking place in her, and she's not finding it easy to take a particular decision because everything is messed up. But the man is most emotionally stable because his emotion is separated from his mind, and his feelings is separated from his heart, and his heart is separated from his body, from everything going on with the physical. So it is therefore easier for the man to easily take a decision and not mixing it up with emotions and feelings. But for the woman, anything that is happening to her is mixed up in emotions, feelings, heart, and everything. So she needs to take time to separate, what she's thinking from what she's feeling, from what her heart is saying. She needs to separate the whole thing, and that needs time for her. And sometimes she might not be able to take decision for weeks, but he can easily take this. Everything is not affecting him unless he takes an informed decision to add emotions to it or things like that. So a woman is more emotional, and as a result, she is not finding it easy to take decisions. It's not so easy for the woman to take decisions and quick decisions because she's not just taking decision in her mind at that time. Emotion is also our emotions are always also being felt. She's also feeling everything that is happening in her emotions. All right. That is why women cry a lot. Because anything that is happening is affecting her on many different levels, including emotionally, including her feelings, including her heart. She's thinking about many, many things at everything that is happening. And men are always surprised. Why are you bothered? Why are you troubling yourself? Why are you crying? Why are you doing that? Because we are not thinking about all the feelings that is going on in the woman. All the feeling that is going on in the woman. Let me show you again this photograph here. You see this photograph here? This is a man or a woman talking or receiving information. Any information that a woman receives, this information that comes to her generates so many other feelings. There are so many other things that are connected to that. So anytime she hears anything or anytime she sees anything, anything that she sees or hears is generating all these circles, all these spirals in her. She's thinking about, it's all connected. One little information is connected to so many other things. But for the man, he got the information, is going straight line. And the reason is because of this. The reason is because of this. Whatever a woman is hearing, you see, is connected in a spiral. It's going on. Anything she hears is going on into all her body emotions. But the man, the reason why it is straight line is because anything he hears, he has to give it permission to go to the mind, and from the mind to the emotions, and from the emotions and feelings to the heart. So it is separated. For the man, it is all separated, while for the woman, it is all joined together. So we are built separately. We are built separately. Now, we could all be trained, both the woman could be trained to be less emotional and to, to take decisions and to correct herself. But it doesn't mean that she was made like that from creation. I'm talking about how women are created now, how women are originally, before they have been reprogrammed or, trained to become something different. But this is their natural tendency. And for the men also, men could also be trained to be more emotional, to be more empathic and that. But originally, the way they were originally is what I'm talking to you about right now. I'm not talking to you about training and about, programming. That is what school does. School school system wants to make everybody look the same. Both men and women are in the same class and they are expected to behave the same way. But that still does not remove the way she's built. And that does not remove the way he's built too. Okay. The next thing that you want to know about the difference between men and women is that men love new experiences. Men love new experiences. They need new experiences. They need not just new experiences, they need new adventures. They need to experience something new all the time. They need adventures. And they need movements, actions. They need actions. So men always want to do something. And not just to do something at home, but men want to go ahead and do something. They want to go somewhere. They want to explore. They need exploration. Some of them need extreme sports, or they need to go and try something new. They want to be adventurous. Men are more adventurous. And that's why they want to go out. They want to go and do this, and all that. So men are adventurous. They want to do something sharp, something complex. They want to go and just experience something new. So men love new adventures. Men love new experiences. Men love new feelings, they want to explore. But women, on the other hand, prefer peace. Women want to be peaceful. Women need stability. Women need security. So women will prefer a situation of peace, security, stability, and protection. They don't want to risk. Like men would like to risk, but women don't like to risk. Women want to take their time. They are more careful. They are more considerate. And there is a reason for that. Because women need to be considerate. They have to have this nature of being careful, of being stable, of being protective, because they need to take care of themselves, especially during pregnancy. Women are more, they are more vulnerable during pregnancy or when they are breastfeeding. And they need to be more conscious of stability, of security, of peace, of protection, because they need to care for their children. They need to protect their children. They need to protect their offerings. They need to protect they need to think of how to feed their family, how to feed their children, how to provide for their homes, how to take care of their needs, of their children's needs, of their family. So all that is making the woman to be more to be more protective, to be more careful, to be more calculative. So why, on the other hand, a man is reckless? A man could be reckless. Let's say in a family, for example, a man could decide to invest all the money of the family, or 50% or half the money of the family, go and invest it in some businesses or in some ventures that he has not even cross-checked if they are secure or they are not secure. He just needs to go and do something new. He wants to do something adventurous. But on the other hand, the woman will be holding him back. The woman will be stopping him. The woman will be trying to stop him and try to be careful and tell him to be careful, to be more careful, to stop, not to spend so much money, not to do this, not to risk. She is always mindful of what will happen to her, to her family, and to her children, and how she will take care of her future. And that's why women are always more careful about what will happen to her, what will happen to her family, what will happen to tomorrow, to her tomorrow. So that's why she's more protective of the family's investment or the family's money, income, and estate and all that. And yeah, and men are more careless. Men are more careless in that sense. And you can see all these things I'm saying now in young boys and girls. You go and study young boys and girls. You will see all these traits in boys and girls. That is why they are young. So, and nobody has taught them to behave differently, but they behave differently in this line because they are different, because that's their nature. Now, a woman could be more adventurous later or be more risky later because she's been trained that way, because life and people have changed her nature and have changed her to be more adventurous. But that's not because that's who she is by nature. And men also could become less adventurous and become more ladyish or feminine, but that is still not the nature of the man. That is an exception, or it's just because he was raised in that kind of family where the woman, maybe by a single woman, and she's not been given the opportunity. He's not been given the opportunity to express himself. Abimbola Olufemi says, my wife is very happy now. She's saying, thank you, Pastor. Faith says, yes, very, very true. Conle Alaba says, yes, absolutely so. Timothy says, yes, men are adventurous and risk takers, while women are cautious, protective, and careful. Yes, that's their nature. That is just who they are. Julia Fortune said, women take calculated risk most of the time. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Abimbola said, my wife said, preach it, preach on. Ameze says, that is true. Women are more tactful and calculated. Right. And the reason is because they are more, if you see that diagram that I said, the men cubes are different and separated in boxes. So their feelings are not affecting their decisions are not affecting their feelings immediately. And whatever they're saying, whatever is happening, is not affecting their feelings and emotions. But for the woman, she is more cautious because every decision she's taking, she knows is affecting her emotions, and she knows how emotions feel. And she knows her decisions and anything she's even thinking, they are affecting her feelings. So that's why she's naturally more cautious and more careful. Richard Adigbo said, women are good only when they are in good mood. Oh, that is rough. How can you say that? Men, what about men? Women are much more kinder in most of the time. Women are the kind ones. We are the ones who are mad most of the time. Men are the ones who are angry most of the time. Women are much more easy to go. Women are much more soft. Women are much more easy to go. Women are much more, soft and kind. Women are much kind, much very, I can't say women are mad when they could be mad occasionally. It's the opposite. They could be mad when they are offended, when they have been injured, offended. Yes, they could be mad, but most of the time they try their best. They try to hold themselves up. They try to take care of themselves. They try to to behave properly and nicely, and they go through a lot of pain and they go through a lot of suffering, but they don't reveal it. They don't expose themselves most of the time. They keep those things to themselves and try to be nice and kind to people around them nevertheless. So, a lot of kudos go to the women. These men that are always offended and angry most of the time, I think. Okay. Now, another difference between men and women is that men love with their eyes. Men love with their eyes. Men are intrigued and triggered and aroused by whatever they see. Men are provoked, aroused, and tempted by whatever they see because they love by seeing. Everything starts with the physical, with the man. And that's why I want to use this opportunity to talk to the ladies to be careful with the men. If you want to keep your man, look nice. Look nice, because looks what affects the man. Whatever a man looks at, it takes interest in. Whatever a man says, intrigues him. So a lot of ladies who are single always say, okay, they don't know why. Well, to a large extent, that is because if men are not paying attention to you, maybe you are not making yourself attractive enough physically. I'm sorry, especially for the Christian ladies, they say, oh, but men should be looking at the heart. Men should be looking at the character. It is the character that matters. But they are Christians. They should look at the character. It's true. Men know that in their head, that they should be looking at character. But guess what they look at? They look at what they see. Unfortunately, it's not even depending on them. They don't even know how. They themselves, they don't even know why. But men, they are first of all attracted to what they see before they begin to make analysis. So analysis will come later. Moral, character, all those things come later for the men. What it's in first is what he sees first. He first pays attention to what he says. And then he begins to think after that. So, women, it is not by accident that God wants the women to look nice. So men, God desires women to be beautiful. God desires women to be nice looking. And one of the reasons I would say why men always are God made them in a way to be. One thing that makes the men to be attracted by what they see is that they are the seed carriers. Either you like it or not, they are the seed carriers. They carry the seed. And what that means is that, they are built in such a way that they will be easily provoked, that they will be easily tempted, that they will be easily seduced. So men are built to love with their eyes, to be easily seduced. Why? Because if they are not easily seduced, they will be economical with their seeds. A man could live, if a man is not easily seduced, he will not carry out his family responsibilities even. Because that is why God had made them to be tempted, to be seduced by what they see. Because if they are not seeing anything, and if they are not seduced by what they see, A man will be living in the same house with his wife for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and he will be just telling her that I'm going to work. I'm working, so I don't have time. A man will be carried away with his work, with his business, and he will not even touch the woman at all. And the woman will be frustrated. So that is why God allowed the man to be easily provoked, to be easily, seduced by what he says, because otherwise there will be no human race anymore. The human race will become a lost species. We will just become a missing species. No human race anymore. But the human race is continued and goes on, not because men are responsible that they want to have children. No. The reason why they're having children is because they cannot hold it. It's because they are being tempted. It's because and because they are seeing what is arousing them and what is tempting them. And that is why I always say that men are more promiscuous than women. So the story that you hear all the time that women are all prostitutes is not true. The story that you hear all the time that women are promiscuous, they want to sleep about with other men and other people's husbands. It happens, yes, really it happens. But they are forced into it. It's not because women want to be promiscuous. Women are not promiscuous by nature. Their nature rather is the opposite. Why is it that God is making the women to fall in love not by what they see, but by what they hear? Women fall in love by what they hear because they need to be protected. The reason for that is because you must speak, you must sow seed in the ear, in the heart of the woman before she opens up to you. She has to be convinced. She has to be persuaded. She must be shown some care, and she must be cared for. There must be proof of security, of protection, of tenderness. Some form of conviction must come to the woman before she falls in love. A woman does not easily fall in love. And the reason for that is because women are the ones who carry the pregnancy. If she had been made to be easily seduced, do you know what would have been happening? A woman would be carrying 9-month-old pregnancy and she will be falling in love. She will be looking and be feeling tempted and be feeling as if she wants to be made love to if that has not been sown into her. So God created a woman different and made her to be in such a way that she cannot be easily aroused because she needs to be protective of the child that she will carry. She needs to be protective of the pregnancy. Even when she is breastfeeding, she needs to be protective of the child. She needs to be protective. So everything about the woman is made for protection. Everything about the woman is created to keep her protected, to keep her safe, and to make her be able to look after the seed that she's carrying, the baby that is in her. And so that's why I always use this. That's why I always use this box here to prove as a sign. Just like if you look into the private organ of the woman, it's all hidden. You cannot see it. It's not protruded. But for the man, that's why it has to be. You have to be given permission. That's why rape is bad, because you are forcing yourself inside. But a woman must give permission to you before you could see. That's why you cannot see a female organ externally. It's hidden. It's hidden inside, because that's our old nature. Is like that. Not just the female organ is hidden inside. Our emotions are hidden inside. Our feelings are hidden inside also. It takes somebody that really cares for her. It takes somebody that really pays attention to her. It takes somebody that really would, protect her, will father her, would, somebody that is really careful. You cannot just pass by her in passing. You cannot just have her in passing. You cannot just have her falling for everybody. You have to stop. Take your time. Go inside of her heart. Go inside of her mind and show her attention before you bring her love out. Then her love comes out. But for the man, the love, you see, the organ of the man is always protruding. It's always out. Why? Because he's the adventurer. He doesn't need to be convinced. He doesn't need to be persuaded. He is the one that is always looking for. He has to rather be tamed. A man rather needs to be tamed because that's his nature. He needs to be the seed sower, the seed carrier. He needs to plant the seed. So the role of the woman is to respond. So in falling in love, a woman is not the one that is pursuing love. She only responds to something. She responds to something. But the man is the one pursuing what he sees. But the woman responds to what she hears. Let me show you this diagram here. This is a diagram of seduction for men and women. This is men, how men are seduced. So man is black and white. This white section means he's not interested. He doesn't like, that means he doesn't like what he's saying. Or that means what he's looking at is not attractive enough for him. Or that means what he's seeing, the lady has not triggered something that will interest him. So all this white for the man is black and white. It's almost 50-50. He's either uninterested or interested. And then only little possibility of not falling. You see the percentage of men not falling into temptation, not being seduced, is only the possibility of him not being seduced is 10%. At the 60% of the time, is easily seduced. If he likes what he sees, he's seduced. This means seduced. Aroused. Is aroused. And here, this little one he might not be aroused if he controls himself, if he's thinking about the fear of the Lord, or he's thinking about his family, or he's thinking about his values, or he has strong self-discipline. But that's only 5 to 10% of men. All the rest of the case is easily aroused and seduced. But here, if he doesn't like what he's saying, then he's not seduced and it's not aroused. But look at the woman. To get the woman aroused, she's not interested. She's not even thinking about it here. See, large percentage of the thing she's not thinking about it. But let's say for her this is her here. This is her here getting aroused or seduced. Before she could be aroused or seduced, look what the process, how many processes somebody has to go through. You've got to convince her here, before you get to her heart here. It's a long walk. So a woman is not naturally promiscuous. She's not naturally looking to be seduced easily. It's not easy for her to be seduced. First of all, what happens? Let me tell you the stages that a woman has to go through before she's seduced. Here is, she's not interested. The first thing she has to arouse her interest is amused. She's first amused, just like interest. Then it goes to interested. So she's first of all just amused, then interested. Then interested doesn't mean anything for the woman. For the man, it's a big deal. If he is interested, he's seduced immediately. But for her, she's amused, that she's not even aroused, she's not nothing. Then she gets to interested. And at interested, she's still not so deep, she's just interested. She begins to gather information. Then, after interested, she gets excited. She gets to the level of excitement. Then she gets to be excited and she's happy. Then after excitement, she goes to the stage of intrigued. This is before she's aroused though. So before a woman is aroused, it's a long journey. So after excited, she gets intrigued. After being intrigued, then she gets engrossed. Engrossed in the relationship in her mind. She begins to think about it. She begins to talk about it. She begins to experience it. She's engrossed in it. And then she's entrailed by the thought. The thought begin to follow her everywhere. She begin to think about it, follow the man. After she's entrailed, then she begins to be tempted. She begins to be tempted. Only after she's tempted, she's aroused. And even after she's aroused, before she's seduced, she must trust. She's looking for trust. Before, even after she's aroused, she's still thinking about trust before she's completely seduced eventually. But for the man, only one doubt could be there. Only one little doubt. Either he's not interested completely, or he could think about it a little bit. Maybe not, maybe because I'm married, maybe my wife. Then the next thing you see is seduced. Shinwei say it's because men don't have the time for the journey. They don't have the time for long journey. Davida, you are saying this is an interesting shot. What makes it interesting, Davida? I want to hear you out. You've got to argue your case. What makes that word interesting for you? Okay, Daniel Asenga is saying, but for the woman, the long seductive journey has shortcuts. Yes, it has shortcuts, but it's not natural shortcuts. The shortcuts that are there is when the man begins to put pressure on the woman and begins to convince her that, she should sleep with him and all that. She only agrees most of the time, either to please the man, or she agrees most of the time because she's thinking she will lose the man out of fear, or she agrees most of the time because she's thinking if she gives him now, then she will be able to get from him the care and the love that she needs. Ronke Oyetayo said, oh my God, our secret is out. That's the lady saying that. Apostle Tim is saying, wow, what a long journey to get into a woman's heart. Paul David said, that explains why I am told I am too much. My standard is too high, and my favorite one is, my favorite question is, are you gay? Davida said, wow, the men have a hard job. Yes, that's why they like to go for the weak woman. The men are always going for the weak woman, or for the complex, for the woman that is having complex or low self-esteem, that doesn't have high respect for herself, because it's easier for them. The journey is shorter in that case when a woman have low self-esteem. Okay. Paul David is saying, Pastor, your name is not Sunday. Your name is point taken. What does that mean, point taken? I don't know what it means, point taken. Lara Shomoye is asking, can drugs, alcohol, or other toxic things help shorten the journey. Of course, that is why women who are promiscuous, we call them prostitutes. That's why they need to numb themselves before they could engage in just, unguarded sexual acts. And that's why they use drugs, alcohol, or any other toxic things to be able to make themselves numb and then get involved with and do sex. But sex for a woman is not love. It's not love. The fact that she might be sleeping with many women, many men, and thousands of men even, she might still not have known what love is or what really love making is. So sex doesn't mean love to a woman. Kunle as Alaba said, now we know why women don't easily disengage once they are committed. Yeah, because to them it's a serious decision. Yeah, Egeonu said they have a shortcut now, which is money. Now, the thing with money is that they might agree to be with you for money, but that doesn't mean they are in love. That is not love. That is just compromise. You can make them compromise, but you compromise them, but that doesn't mean they will love you. All right, guys. I hope you have shared the link to this video. Go share the link. Go share the link to the video. It's under the link is under your video. You can go and look for the share button. Sorry, the share button is under your video. Let's go share the message. Let's go share the link. And Moses Bright says men should be excited about this information, especially the married ones. A married woman like lovemaking, not having sex. Yep, that's the difference. Uyi said, bless you, man of God. What about women who show emotional to the kind of man she dreams about? Who is so emotional? It's natural for her to be emotional to the man she loves or she dreams about. Okay, Lisa is telling me point taken is like saying you are on point. You are telling the truth. Oh, okay. I'm not so sophisticated anymore, so. Well, I think that's where I'm going to finish up today's class with you guys. I will continue tomorrow morning. Are you going to be here tomorrow morning in the program still? Huh? Maybe before I go, let me get the showroom guys on board. Maybe they will. I see that it's like the doctor is not fit today. But let's go to Mrs. Pastor Shoronke, Mrs. Shoronke. Thank you. She might be able to share some thoughts with us about today's class. What will you say, Mrs. Shoronke, about today's class?
Well, today's class, I would say, is very, very...
By the way, you are leaving tomorrow morning, right?
Yes.
So this is your last session with me here today.
Yes. It's been absolutely incredible, wonderful experience. Thank you, Pastor Sunday. We're not the only ones that had this experience. Many people from the HMT program can testify that they had the opportunity to sit on these seats and also contribute. So thank you very much. So if you're coming to visit Pastor Sunday, don't be surprised to find yourself on the hot seat like this. Today's show has been absolutely revealing. Like I'm always saying that I expect my sisters to speak out and speak up, but I am seeing men.
Men are the
Yes,
ones who are happy
you
today.
know, clap, clap, clap to you men. You are being courageous and you are letting us know exactly, confirming these things that Pastor Sunday is expressing. And I'm glad to see a lot of the men also talk about us complementing each other. So there I'm seeing an understanding on this platform already beginning to start, that the men are beginning to see that, you know what, it's not about her being like that or me being like this, but it's about us complementing each other to make this marriage a good example of who God is. Because if we are both made in his image, God wants us to discover how this works. It's almost like an assignment from heaven, you know, for us. So I'm absolutely encouraged. I thank you, ladies, also for speaking out your hearts, for letting us know where the hurt comes from and how the hurt is still there. I'm also happy to see some of my same sisters now on the platform talking about understanding and trusting that things can be worked out, that new things can begin between men and women, between husbands and wife. And also, we're also looking at bringing up the young ones in this revelation from this platform. We're sharing this with others, and a lot of people are coming on. If you look at our numbers actually now are ranging in the 200s and up now. So we're doing a wonderful job at spreading this information. So as Pastor Sunday continues on this platform, I am seeing that our hearts is really, how can we work it out as the children of God, be a good example for the world that we want them to know who God is as we begin to straighten out our issues. So I'm absolutely encouraged. And once again, thank you very much, Pastor Sunday. It's really been incredible. I didn't think that I'll be able to speak to so many people of my opinion and learn so much from this platform, from other people's opinions. So thanks again. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. Thank you for showing up. It's always great to be on the platform with all of you. So from now on, you'll be hearing me from California, from the U.S. Thank you.
I wanted to quickly, it's cold here in Ukraine, and I've been out all day, so I think I caught some cold, but I hope you can hear me. Somebody on this forum was suggesting that women are so callous as not to want to sleep with their own husband. That's not been my experience. My experience is that you treat your woman right, and you will get it every time you want it. But some of us, we are so controlling and we don't even know it. And what we are learning now is that there are differences. You got to walk a woman out. You got to give them some love. You got to let them know that you care. You see, they agreed to marry you. Just think about it. You're not the only man in the world. They agreed to marry you. That means that they know that you're going to be their man. Then step up and be the man. And all this idea of, okay, she's not good, I'm going to go marry a white girl, maybe it's because she's black, it's not going to happen. You need to work on yourself and begin to learn some of these principles that we are learning, especially on this platform, about the differences between the man and the woman. The more you know, the wiser you're going to be. So, man, let's step up. Let's really love our women, because that's what the Bible commands us. They don't command that our women should love us, but a man that loves the wife is able to reciprocate that love very easily. So God bless you. We'll see you again. This is our last night in Ukraine. Take care. Bye.
Wow. Well. Well, everybody, it's been a nice show. I think it's been a wonderful time, a nice show. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning with you. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and see you tomorrow. Continue the program tomorrow. God bless you guys. Good night. Bye.